Bob, first and foremost, you sat a couple of rows back on Saturday after the Chelsea game. What did you make of that game?
Well, disappointing, I have to say, Lee. I was hoping that there might have been a bit more. I thought the atmosphere wasn't as good as I expected, and that was probably because Alan Shearer has said it's not about him, he wants to keep it low key. That's his decision. But I think some of the fans maybe a little disappointed because he is a legend, he is a hero, but he kept it nice and low key. But that's his choice, and I don't blame him for that. That's the way he wants. The game itself, I thought for a long time we did okay, but maybe not creating enough chances, not looking like winning games at the minute. And that's and I think, of course, Chile unfortunately made a little mistake. He just seems to maybe just lacking a little bit of confidence at the minute. I quite rate him when he first came, but he seems to be going. He's not as confident as he was. And maybe he gets to the stage where you look at him and think maybe a little leave him out, give him a break, might help him. But of course, it's all to do with who else he can put in. I wouldn't certainly write Colaccini off, but he's struggled in a few games recently. In the middle of the park, Nicky Butt I thought was magnificent in the first half. He had a great game. Tired the second half, I've got to say. But we're just maybe lacking up front a bit of movement. Martins, I know he can win the game for us sometimes, but when the midfield players get the ball, they're looking up to see who they can pass it, and there's not a lot happening in front of them. Yeah. So I think that's it's disappointing. Okay, the goal was a goal, Michael, and that was over. There's no doubt in my mind about that, but we just didn't create enough chances. We've got to start scoring goals to get points.
And how much of a boost do you think it'll be to get Sebastian Basson back in Stoke? Because it's been absolutely massive this season.
I think in a game like Stoke, because that will be physical. I think if you look at the two sides, man for man, whoever plays, I think Newcastle United's probably got enough skill and ability. That, as I keep saying this many times before, it's not always about skill and ability, it's about having a bit of bottle. And they are tough, they're a tough side to beat, so I think we need men to stand up against Stoke, and I think if you do that, we've got a good chance of getting something.
Talking about men, I think Andy Carroll's, we class him as a man these days, can't we? And I think he'd be really up for this one. I seen him last night in the reserves here. Scored two great goals in front of the watching Shearer, and it'd be great to see him out there as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I've said for a long time, Lee, my thought about I would have given Andy Carroll a run some time ago, even before Alan came. I would have said, let's put him in for a dozen games. Tell him you're in for a dozen games, so show us what you can do. Then start making a little bit of a judgment, because it's difficult to ask a young lad to come in. We know he's good, he's strong in there, he wants to play, he's passionate. But I think you've got to give him a bit of confidence by saying, right, and maybe Alan will do this today. I said, you've got between now and the end of the season, let's see what you can do. And at least he's not coming to think, I've got to have a good game today and stay in. And sometimes I think that's needed. But Alan's a manager, I'm sure he'll understand that better than anybody else. But I think we need a physical presence. If we haven't got Mark Viduka, who I consider a good player when he wants to play, I think Carroll's the next best thing we've got. I would have to say over Amio, because he was big and strong, but he doesn't put himself about enough. And I think Andy Carroll is young, he's up and coming. Gamble, throw him in, give him a chance.
And just finally to wrap up, Bob, I mean, a lot of people are saying this is a must-win. Some are saying it's a must-not-lose. What camp are you in?
Well, I'd be inclined to say it's a must-not-lose.
Yeah.
If we do lose, it's not the end of the world, because football's a funny game. You get funny results between now and the end of the season. But I would like to think we're going down to Stoke and come away with something. And I think, the way forward, it's Stoke, to me, you've got to stand up and be carried. It's going to be physical. But let's try and go forward as well. Let's try and score some goals. If we're going to go down, let's go down trying to win games.
Okay, thanks very much, Bob.
You're welcome.